Wow, we have learned so much during commercial break, and we
Yes,
hope
we
to
have.
enlighten you. The world of sweeteners has some new players on the field.
Our registered dietitian, Lisa Gretzelanik, with yourtastylife.com is here today to show us what's new in the sugar aisle.
You got it. So we have some new kids on the block. I like Katrina's
Yeah.
lead-in that there's a boy band here today.
Right,
huh?
right.
No boy band. We have some sweeteners to talk about
This
today.
is better for you, though.
Yeah, we have a couple. We have a couple. So let's start with some of the myths out there. So we've heard a lot in the last couple of years regarding coconut palm sugar,
Right.
which we have over here, and then agave. And so these are often deemed as better for you because they're quote-unquote natural,
Right.
and they have what's called a lower glycemic index. So that just means that how a food raises your blood sugar is determined by a glycemic index. And these have lower glycemic index than table sugar. The problem is they're not completely off the hook because they still do raise your blood sugar and they still have the same calorie components as regular table sugar. So teaspoon for teaspoon, same calories, same carbs.
Huh.
So there's other things going on here behind the scenes that we're not really hearing about on the label. So it could
Okay.
still give us some grief.
So we don't necessarily want to do
Right,
that.
and agave, for example, has the highest fructose content of any sweetener on the market, and fructose goes right to our liver and we convert it into triglyceride, which means in English fat in our blood. So if you're having high cholesterol issues, you're trying to lose weight, you're trying to keep your blood sugar down, not a free-for-all. So you want to be careful.
But we are very familiar with stevia.
Stevia's been around for a
we
while.
liking
If you're
this?
not aware, it's available in powdered form, liquid form. There's also flavored forms of it where you can put in your coffee or beverages.
Oh, yeah.
Stevia is a naturally sweet leaf. That's one of the brands out there is called Sweet Leaf. So it's a plant that they pulverize and they make into a powder or liquid. You can use it for your beverages.
It tastes a little different.
Some folks
There's a
feel it
bit
has
of an aftertaste.
bitter aftertaste,
Yeah,
and it's
yeah.
not great for baking. It doesn't have the characteristics like sugar, so it's kind of a dubious one. Then we have something out there called xylitol. What xylitol is it's a sugar that has 2/3 the equivalent of table sugar. Okay, and I shouldn't actually call it sugar. I should back up and say xylitol technically is what we call a sugar alcohol. What does that mean? It's not a sugar and it's not an alcohol. It's basically an organic compound that has a sweetness like sugar. And it can be replicating of sugar in your recipes. You can bake with it, you can cook with it. It has less calories and it doesn't have much of any effect on your blood sugar. Very minimal effect on folks' blood sugar.
And we were talking during break that xylitol is found in gum.
Yeah, and so a
Gum
good thing
and
about xylitol is it has antibacterial properties. So they'll put it in gum so you don't get cavities.
Okay.
What does
And
it taste
I
like?
see it's granulated.
Yeah, it's granular. It looks like sugar. It, you know, you can use it in all sorts of baked goods and so forth.
Oh,
So,
I can do that.
so xylitol is out there. If you see it, that's what it is. Be careful with your dogs, though. Dogs cannot eat xylitol, so I'm just putting that out there for our dog lovers. Okay. Then we have something called Swerve.
Never heard of this.
Swerve is new on the market. This is one that bakes like sugar, tastes like sugar, acts like sugar. What is it? It's something called erythritol. So it's another sugar alcohol. It's not sugar. It doesn't have the effects of alcohol. It's just how the chemistry is called. But it's something that is fermented from glucose and yeast. They ferment it and then they get this naturally sweet sugar.
I'm looking at Jelly's face.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
Yeah, and so they have a granular one, which is right here, so it looks like sugar, and it measures for sugar, 1 for 1 for sugar.
Really?
And then there's also a confectioner's blend, that little powdery one that you could use.
Oh, I see.
So, you know, it's good for someone with diabetes trying to get the blood sugar down because
this
it's not
is-
affecting your blood sugar.
So this is new. You were saying that these are the ones that you talked about before are not that new, but people are more familiar with them.
Yes.
These are the
These
new
are
kids
kind of
on the
new.
block.
Yeah, Swerve is new. Most
And
of them are heard
so
of.
what's
And the
the
last one on the end is something called monk fruit, which is
what?
kind of popping up in the stores. Monk fruit.
Monk.
Yep. And what that is a naturally sweet fruit. Same thing. They take these sugar components out of it and they make it into a powder. And the nice thing about monk fruit is no effect on your blood sugar.
Tastes like brown sugar.
No calories. And they have a white version and
excuse
a
me,
brown
no
one.
calories?
No calories. Same thing with the Swerve product. No calories.
Excuse me, Jelly, I gotta get
So
in there.
That's pretty good.
yeah, and so they have and they come in little packets there too, Cassandra. You can see little easy packets you could put in your coffee, your drink, and tastes like brown
I
sugar.
could do that.
Yeah, and so it's a great replacement again if you're looking for calorie conscious, you're watching your blood sugar. The sweeteners have come a long way from the early days.
And where can you find these?
These are available locally, I would say. I've seen these both at a store called Metcalf's Markets in Wauwatosa. And then the Lancanto one I know is at Woodman's. I haven't seen Swerve anywhere but at Metcalf's.
Okay. All right.
So yeah, but you can, or you could go online. Online, you know, Amazon of course has everything. But you know, I just wanted to kind of get our viewers to know there are some new things out there where we can kind of get away from maybe some of these higher contributors with the sugars and so forth. We think that they're all great, but I'm not totally knocking them, but be careful. They're not free-for-alls.
Always great information, Lisa. Thank you very much. We'll be right back.